Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EGL Open. It's time for map number 4 between these two squads, and we've had one hell of a journey so far. Now it's going to go into Hardpoint with Biolab. I'm Brycey. Joining me to bring you the action is, of course, Rel.
Thank you, Bryce. And yes, a great series so far. Currently 2-1 in favour of Esports. They do have this advantage and could close things out now on the hardpoint. Already they find their way in the hardpoint area and doing some serious damage.
Oh, L1 picks up 2 straight away. They do have the advantageous spawn trade. But there, picks up the third. How on earth he got it? Actually got stuck with that. But no, Motion's now coming in to back him up as well. And right now, E4 are starting off very on fire in this hardpoint.
Yeah, looking really, really strong here. 16-2. We can see Barrage trying to flood through Ice Tunnel now. And it does look like they're just about going to get the upper hand. But Detain does go down. And as kills do get exchanged, it's just constantly contested, this hardpoint area.
On board with Motions goes down, and it's L1 trying to do some work to keep them off here. Currently in the lead, but it does seem like this rotation kill could be very important. Beanbag needs to make this first kill to make sure they get Eskies, and does finally get it, but it gets heavily damaged. But it's going to be Barrage in control as we switch.
It certainly is. Barrage managed to find a way to top Eskies. Although nobody's actually on that hardpoint area. Finally we see Maple reach into there, but again, Bryce, the amount of kills that get made between these two teams in a hardpoint game is ridiculous.
Well, we're on board now with Maple. Maple being very, very aggressive, just trying to push it out, trying to get a second. Does get it, hits the reload and gets taken down. And now on board with L2. L2, of course, dropping huge numbers in that first hardpoint. We're going to see if he does it again as they do get control. He's now looking to push it out. A player has actually slipped the net past him, and he's allowed his teammate to have to take him on. Fortunately, he won that gunfight. L2, though, pushing out red again. Trying to make that second kill. Does. He's now on a 3 streak. Looking to push into Bio. He sees Hawley. Hawley gets taken down. He sees another player. Detain will get the better of that gunfight.
There are just so many interactions. If you just keep an eye on the actual kill feed in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see how constantly
this is important, though, Rel.
Yes, and it is going to be this rotation, and this, of course, is arguably a money hill in itself. If you can hold this and get a good setup, you can pretty much take a full 60.
See, L2 managed to pick up one here. He needs to really stay alive and let his team just flood in with him here, knowing the players with him, and they have done that exactly. And right now, it's going to be I4 in control. I'm going to go down there. Barrage may get a few strings of kill. Den stays alive. He is in the hard point. And players are going to try and swarm in. He picks up one. Second player there, and it's going to be Beanbag, but Beanbag backs off because his teammates are reinforcing. He goes down as well. Both teams now streaming in here, now able to get control. It's going to be L2 left alone. 1 versus 2 in this hill. He goes straight down to Maple. And now Barrage has control. Beanbag goes down. L1 swarming in. This is another pinch coming in from E4. Motion's now trying to come through, but no. Detain has shut it down, and there's a little bit of breathing room for the guys on Barrage. There's only L2 they got to deal with.
Yeah, and it was again just back and 2 stuff there, heavily contested, but Barrage just about edged it. You can see them clawing that point difference back as Detain and Maple team up to shut down all 4 of E4.
Well, they should have this now, and here comes the rotation. Now there's going to be one last push to the purple. And it looks like they just want this spawn ready for green plat. L2, he's going to be able to pick that one up, and now he's going to go straight to green plat. He has reinforcements here. Of course, only a 3-point game. This is kind of looking like he did last time round. Beanbag is going to go down. His teammate just waiting beside him. Now, Den's going to be looking for the jump up. He is going to get taken down as well. Barrage starting to actually outslay the guys from Esports. And this lead is constantly switching. Look at this. They're so willing to just slay each other. Yeah. Nobody's even near the hill. They don't even care.
This is just crazy. And this is what I'm saying about both of these teams. They both have this very aggressive, slaying-based mindset. And, you know, it's very true that if you can, of course, pick up the kills, even though this is an objective-based game mode, you will, of course, manage to secure the objective quite easily.
Well, Barrage have control now, and it's E4 on the hard break. Hawley is going to pick up another kill, though. They're just not able to get the bodies in the position they really want to. It's now Motion's coming forward. He goes down as well. Maple is doing a fantastic work to hold people off. He eventually goes down. L2 is now going to push through red. He goes down as well. Both teams just flooding here. Will be Barrage who came away on top this time around, though. They've got something like 22 points to go into the lead as they move into the final hill on this rotation. And now we're on board with Detain. Holding down purple so crucial, but a player managed to break through. It's L1.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about breathing space earlier, Bryce. They've certainly got it now with that 30-point lead, but we can see the central hardpoint area in square going to be very heavily contested. Barrage
on a 6 streak.
He's doing very, very well. He's not particularly been standing out as a slayer so far in this series, but he's having a great game here on Biolab.
Lost magic last time around the hardpoint, but Hawley's now alone. Realistically, needs to stay alive to make sure that the routes stay open for his teammates to get in. He's done just that, as Maple will be able to come in and clean up with Detain. so he did just enough to stay alive to allow them to clean this hill back out.
Yeah, crucial play there, and as we say, despite the big lead that we saw i4.Esports get initially when they got into that first hardpoint area, Barrage have brought this back and are looking very, very comfortable now on hardpoint.
They certainly are detained, just managed to stay alive. Now he needs to continue to stay alive, but then look to move towards circle, and he does, and picks up the kill. Barrage are coming into their own. Look at that kill feed. Fill with the dead of E4 once more. Wow, Barrage running away with this now, almost doubling those points on what was originally a very, very close game. It's been so one-sided. E4 have all the work to do. They all managed to secure some kills, but yeah, Den's actually sacrificing himself to take down Beanbag. That kill, managed to pick one up. He's looking at the second, doesn't give him the hands though, slips past. E4 is just getting slain out again. Detained is putting down serious numbers. Pauly's doing the same thing. They are just outslaying and outplaying this i4.Esports lineup. But look at the amount of time they're gaining on circle here. It's now 142 to 72, Rel. This game was neck and neck just 2 rotations ago.
Yep, and I've got to say, and I hate to highlight this, but Dens is not having a great game at all, and that's really
They rely on him. He's been playing really well.
This is it, exactly. And 9 to 22, very uncharacteristic of him, and he's going to have to start sorting himself out if he wants a chance of taking this game.
On board with that one. He is bound to pick that one up here, and he did do a lot of magic this time around. They need this scrap time now, and that's the dangerous position E4 are actually now in, is they've got to play for scrap time because they cannot afford to give it away.
No, not at all. And they are doing a great job. I've got to say, if a comeback was possible, it's certainly i4.Esports that'd be able to pull it off. As we see them go down at Tobeski's, though, it is going to be tough for them. But we see Motions with a big 2-piece, makes it 3, and that is going to be all 4 down. As
wow.
Motions cleans out Barrage. Oh my goodness, that was incredible.
Motions just completely broke this open, and they could do with a big amount of time here. Is eventually going to go down. L2 reinforcing. He picks up another kill. E4 are now starting to get some momentum as he picks up a third as well. That's a 3-piece for him. E4 starting to get a little bit streaky. L1 will go down as they're flooding bodies back in. Motions now gets back into the hard point. They have managed to get a 2-piece as well. If they can get the remainder of this time, they have brought this game screaming back into their favor. And they've got to be able to get this. The rotation now is going to matter. Money Hill coming up. It's time for blue.
Oh, Motions and L2, they're a performance of a lifetime, getting so many kills between them on that hardpoint area, fought their way back into this game. E4 still in with a chance now. Barrage look like they've run away with it. However, Barrage do have a great rotation. E4 need to break through.
They certainly do, and this is not an easy hill to break. And E4 are going to know they need it as well, so they might go in a little bit reckless. Here comes the pinch. All 4 of them swimming in. Des go down, but look at that! Completely swept out. No, thank you. Sit down. You are not coming in here. And that means they're going to get more points against them. They have to try and set up again. They cannot afford to be slow. They cannot afford to give these points away. There are only 2 hills left after this.
Yeah, L2 and L1 now working together, trying to break through. L1 does go down, but there's still a chance. Still plenty of time left on this hard point for either Barrage to extend that lead or E4 to try and reclaim some of it.
He can't get him. He can't get him. But they've broken in, there's contested, there's still 1 player left, they're looking for him. L2's trying to stay alive, not able to. It's now Dens who goes down as well, detained with a 2-piece coming in. Maple cleaning up L1 eventually, and they have extended their lead back again now. And you've got to be asking yourself, is it too little too late for the guys on E4? The next 2 hills coming up. First of all, is green play is hard to get a lot of time on, and then the infamous last hill on Biolab, mid-bio, is a contest fest.
Yeah, basically i4.Esports need to pretty much get a huge majority of the points on top green here. This is the real shot of getting back into this game. They're doing great as L1 manages to find 3, Motions finds a 4th, L1 continuing that rampage straight off spawn, and L1 causing all kinds of trouble for Barrage.
They're trying to shut L1 down. He should be able to get detained. He hits the reload. He's still going. He's not able to drop eventually, but he's done just enough to slow the other team down. Motions holding the back spawn for his squad, but they do need these points. It's so dangerous. They have to get back because, like I said, you cannot go into that last half point down by any more than, what, 10, 15 points just because of how much is contested. I've seen 2 teams only get 4 points off that last hill in a full set of seconds.
It is literally like that. There's 4 entrance points to it. It's just so difficult to control, and it looks like Barrage have pretty much run away with this one. I don't see E4 getting back into it. I don't think there's actually time for them to do it. Nope, that is gonna be it. Barrage are gonna walk away with a victory here, but they're gonna play it through. And let's just cast our eyes to those scoreboards, Bryce, because for me, it's quite evident what went wrong for i4.Esports.
Yeah, I mean, they lacked a little bit in the slaying department. You saw them just go massively ahead. I mean, don't get me wrong, E4 came back, and they came back so well. problem was when it came down to blue, and because they had to play for the scrap time, because they knew they needed it, they had a late rotation, and Barrage took advantage.
Do you know what it was? Motions turned up at top Eskis.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that. So many kills were made in such a short amount of time by a single player. And it was either L1 or L2 that he was working with, and just single-handedly, well, two-handedly, I suppose, they both managed to get the team back in the game, but not going to be enough, Bryce.
When you're down 70 points, coming back into the game is kind of a weird term because they were still behind. They had to play for scrap time. When you've got to play for scrap time, going into a money hill, it's a nightmare scenario. They had one opportunity to break it right at the beginning. They lost that fight. Barrage slapped them out, and then they were constantly chasing their tail.
So that is going to be the second hardpoint game there, won by Barrage. It's all they've been able to beat i4.Esports on. And it is going to mean we're going down to a map 5, a game 5 between i4.Esports and Barrage here in winner bracket round 3 on main stage at the EGL Open. Well, the Search and Destroy before went 6-2 to i4.Esports.
It was a little bit one-sided. Find out which way this game is going to end. Join us after the break.